I've always had a weakness for strange things. Antique stores, thrift shops, flea markets. If it looks odd, unusual, or out of place, I'm drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Most of the time it's just junk. Old clocks that don't tick. Books with half the pages missing. Trinkets that once meant something to someone, and now sit abandoned on a shelf, waiting for anyone curious enough to take them home. That's how I found the candle. It was shoved onto the bottom shelf of a dusty thrift shop, hidden behind chipped porcelain dolls and a broken lamp. I almost didn't see it, but when I crouched down, there it was. A candle. Not just any candle, a black one. Not the cheap kind you get around Halloween at the grocery store, painted wax that flakes when you touch it. This one was different. Its surface was smooth, solid, and darker than pitch. Even in the dim light of the shop, it seemed to swallow shadows. There was no label, no brand, just a small handwritten tag tied with twine around the base. It read, "One night only. One flame, one soul." I thought it was a gimmick, some joke from the previous owner. But still, I picked it up, carried it to the register, and paid $2 for it. The woman at the counter looked at me strangely when I set it down, her wrinkled hands hovering as if she didn't want to touch it. "Be careful with that," she muttered. I laughed it off. "What? Is it cursed?" Her eyes didn't leave mine. "Something like that?" I should have walked away right then. But curiosity is a stubborn disease. Halloween night came, and I decided to light it. I placed the candle on the center of my coffee table, turned off all the lights, and struck a match. The flame sputtered, then caught. But it didn't burn like a normal candle. It wasn't orange or yellow. The flame was black, blacker than the wax itself. A hole in the air, as if it devoured light instead of giving it. Almost immediately, the room felt wrong. The shadows on the walls stretched and twisted, bending in directions they shouldn't. They weren't still. They moved, crawling, shifting. And then I heard them. Whispers. Dozens of voices, all speaking at once in tones I couldn't place. Some deep, some shrill, some like children crying. They rose and fell like a chant, circling around me. Then one voice broke through, clear as a blade slicing silk. "The one who lit the flame must pay the price." My chest tightened. "What price?" I asked before I could stop myself. The shadows quivered. "A soul." The air turned ice cold. My breath fogged before me. I tried to snuff the candle out, but the flame didn't so much as flicker. It clung to the wick like it was alive. "A soul for the flame," the shadows whispered. "Yours." I panicked. My mind raced. They wanted me, my soul. I thought about what the tag had said. One flame, one soul. But did it really mean my soul? I asked again, my voice trembling. "Does it have to be mine?" The shadows shuddered. The walls rippled with their movement. For a long moment, the whispers fell silent. Then, like a chorus, they answered. "A soul. Any soul." That was when the idea came to me. A loophole. If it didn't have to be me, then maybe I could substitute, trade, offer another life in my place. It was wrong. Evil. But when the choice is between your life and someone else's, survival whispers louder than morality. I called her, my friend, Claire. We'd known each other for years. She trusted me. She always trusted me. I told her I wanted some company, that I'd found something cool for Halloween, and she just had to see it. She laughed, said I was always into weird stuff, and agreed to come over. When she arrived, she was smiling. She had on a black coat and carried a pumpkin-shaped candy bucket, half as a joke. "What's this about?" she asked, dropping onto the couch. I gestured to the candle, still burning on the table. Its black flame pulsed like a heartbeat. She frowned. That's creepy. Yeah, I said softly. Just watch. The shadows stirred, reacting to her presence. They stretched across the walls, reaching toward her like long fingers. Her smile faltered. Okay. What's going on? I pretended not to hear the fear in her voice. It's just a Halloween trick. The whispers rose again, but this time they weren't speaking to me. They were circling her. Her eyes darted around the room. Do you hear that? What is that? I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because deep down, I already knew what was about to happen. The shadows lunged. They rose up behind her like a tidal wave, swallowing the light from the room. She screamed, but it was cut short as they poured into her, through her, twisting her body like a puppet. Her eyes went black. Her mouth stretched open in a silent cry. And then, silence. Her body collapsed to the floor, lifeless. The candle flickered. For the first time since I'd lit it, the black flame sputtered and shrank. The shadows retreated into the corners, sinking back into the walls as if satisfied. I stood there, frozen, my chest heaving. It worked. I was safe. I'd beaten it. Or so I thought. I don't know how long I stood there staring at her body. Minutes. Maybe hours. My mind kept telling me I had no choice, that it was her or me, that I did what I had to do. But when I looked at the candle, still burning faintly on the table, dread washed over me. The flame hadn't gone out. It burned lower, yes, but it still burned. And then the whispers returned. Not many this time. Just one. Low. Cold. So close it felt like it was whispering directly into my ear. One soul is never enough. The shadows began to crawl again, inching toward me along the floorboards, the ceiling, the walls. I stumbled back, shaking my head. No, no, you took her. You took her. The flame flared higher, pulsing black and deep, throwing monstrous shapes across the room. You cannot escape us. You are marked. My stomach dropped. I realized the truth too late. I hadn't escaped. I'd only delayed the inevitable. The candle wasn't a bargain. It was a trap. A chain. Each soul only fed it, bought me another night, another breath. But it would always hunger again. And it would always come back for me. It's still here now, sitting on the table in front of me. The black flame is weak, but it won't die. I can hear the whispers, faint but constant, just beyond the edge of my hearing. I don't know how long I have before they demand another, but I do know this. The candle will never let me go, and the shadows know my name.